In this video, we're going to name enols. Enols are essentially just alkene alcohols. So to name the enol, all you have to do is number your carbons based on the priorities. Now, in this case, the tricky thing to remember is that hydroxyl take priority over the double bonds. So you want to make sure they get the lower number. And then you want to name the parent chain without the, I should say without ending here, without the ending. You want to put the location of the double bond, the number, then put ene, then put the location of the hydroxyl group, the number, and then put all. So for example, here we're going to try to number this molecule. We want to try to get the lowest possible numbers for our groups. And then we also want to prioritize the OH. So it looks like I can get low numbers going this way. If I went the other way, the numbers would have been too high for both my double bond and my OH. So this is a 6-carbon molecule. So I have hex, and I'm going to leave that there because it's 6-carbon. It's a 6-carbon parent chain. I should have said, and the double bond is located at carbon number 2, and I can put ene here. Normally, I would put ene if that was it, because hex 2-ene, I'd be done. But in this case here, I also have to put the location of the alcohol group. So I have to put it's at position 2 and then all. So hex 2 enol. And that would be an example of an alkene alcohol or an enol. Let's try another example over here. So there's a couple ways we could number this, but the best way, as you can see, to get the lowest values for my substituent would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This way here. Again, another 6-carbon, molecule. Or 6-carbon parent chain. So we have hex 3, and we're going to put ene there because it's a double bond. This is the location of a double bond. This is to indicate it's a double bond. And then the hydroxyl is at position 2, and then all. Hex 3, enol. Now, be very careful though, because you might have noticed that you could also call this, because the two biggest groups are on opposite sides of that double bond, you can call this trans hex 3 ene 2 all. So this would be the trans version of the molecule. The cis version would have it written with the two biggest groups facing down. So just keep that in mind, that this would have been the trans version of the molecule. I'll put a little dash there. So what we saw in this lesson is how to name enols with the hydroxyl and alkene combination. They're basically just alcohols with double bonds. It's just a combination of the two naming rules. We have to indicate where the double bond is, and we have to indicate where the hydroxyl is. To check our work, we can go back to our document over here, and we can highlight to show our answers. So hex 2 ene 2 all, and over here we have hex 3 ene 2 all. I didn't really focus on whether it was cis or trans in this answer key, but now you know that you can name this the trans version because you have the two biggest groups on opposite sides of the double bond.